If we care about our countryside, if we want to hand on a countryside and an environment that is better for our children than that which we inherited, then we have to recognise that farming needs support, because, as any farmer will tell you, farmers can be asset rich but cash poor. I've been meeting farmers over the last couple of weeks since this budget of broken promises. And by the way, it's not just the inheritance tax through which the Labour government is attacking family farming. There are two other broken promises as well, including delinking of the payments made to farmers, which will see some tenant farmers next year simply unable to pay their rent. And also, of course, the hike in national insurance for employers. Again, very difficult for businesses on the small margins that farms operate on. But when you speak to farmers, they're not in it for the money. My goodness me, you'll see for yourself today how hard our farmers work. It is a 365-day responsibility. And one of the greatest strengths, I think, of British farming is that we have nurtured tax policy so as to protect the family farm and enable, for example, tenant farmers to continue farming their families. The shame of this budget is that this Labour government doesn't get it. They don't seem to understand the impacts that this policy will have on British farming. And my worry is that this Labour government is setting the sun on family farming across the United Kingdom.
Hey guys, what's really grinding my gears right now is this blatant bandwagon jumping around the farmers' protests. On the day of the protest, we saw Tory MPs showing up in wellies and waxed jackets, Nigel Farage posing in a tractor, and multi-millionaires like Jeremy Clarkson attacking the Labour government over changes to inheritance tax. But the most frustrating part is the sudden outpouring of concern for farmers from the very same Tory MPs who have done nothing but undermine them for years. These are the MPs who championed Brexit and still defend it, despite the harm it caused to farmers. These are the people who backed the pumping of raw sewage into rivers and lakes and abandoned farmers after promising them post-Brexit support. Theresa Coffey, sorry if I'm saying that wrong, in particular epitomises betrayal. Then we have Victoria Atkins claiming on Radio 4 that the Labour's government is failing farmers. Let's be clear, this sudden concern for farmers is nothing but hypocrisy. Where was this outrage when the Tories implemented Brexit, leaving farmers struggling with higher costs and reduced market access? Where were the protests when raw sewage was being dumped into rivers, when farmers were abandoned in their fight against powerful supermarkets, when promised financial support never materialised, and now farmers are marching alongside the very people who betrayed them, allowing figures like Farage to use them for photo ops in tractors? It's hard to feel sympathy when those who were conned by the Tories and Brexit are now aligning with the same charlatans. Of course, this isn't about protecting small farmers. This protest has been driven by the wealthy. People like Jeremy Clarkson and James Dyson, of all people, using struggling farmers as pawns to oppose inheritance tax changes. It's beyond frustrating to see this cycle repeat itself. Farmers are being manipulated yet again by the same people who sold them Brexit, and the Labour government needs to push back harder. They should be calling out this hypocrisy, asking why these protests didn't happen when farmers were being abandoned by the Tories. But let me know what you think in the comments. I've been Jake from Just Jake. As always, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. You actually made it to the end of the video. If you would like to subscribe to the channel, which, why haven't you already, is somewhere over there. And also, if you want to watch more videos, also check out over there. I've been Jake from Just Jake. See you later.